Before me, I have Lord Dolar Popat, and in a few minutes, we're going to be talking about geopolitics and global economy. We've all seen, we're only in September, but since January this year, there's just a lot. The world has just been upended, and there's just a lot that's happening right now in the world. And with ever increasing tariffs and trade barriers and rising protectionism, the question is, how can Africa get themselves heard through all this noise, through strategic positioning? We see the meetings that happen and you wonder, where are the Africans? And so Lord Dolar Popat is just going to take us through his thoughts on this. I'm sure you came in with some questions, and we know that as a former envoy to Uganda, Rwanda and DR Congo, I'm sure his experience is quite rich for us here. So over to you, sir.
Thank you. In fact, happy to be here, happy to share different views of different people. I was just looking at the brochure. It says, how have Ugandan-Asian shaped the economic landscape of the UK? Well, we have shaped the economic landscape of the UK, but we also shaped the political landscape of the UK. We have 9 Ugandans in the House of Parliament. Not until recently, we had a Kenyan who was our Prime Minister. So you can see how we adapt and how resilient we are as people. In fact, I came to this country at the age of 16, as soon as I'm into Kowa on 25th of January 1971. And many others, 28,000, followed the following year. And I'm glad to say they made a tremendous success. And I'm glad to say my good friend Subhash Thakra was, in fact, the president of the London Chamber of Commerce until recently. So what a success story of Ugandans. Not the Asian, but the Ugandans themselves have made enormous contribution to this country very quickly, to the new place. So I'm glad that we've settled very well in UK. And until recently, I was Prime Minister's Trade Envoy to Uganda, Rwanda and DRC. And Africa is of my special interest in Parliament. 54 countries, bigger than China, America, Europe put together. 1.3 billion people. That population is going to double to 2.5 in 25 years. And we see Africa as the next frontier for trade investment. We've done a huge amount of work in Uganda and DRC. The direct flight and selling those planes and UK Export Finance. We now have a direct flight, London and Entebbe, London. In fact, I went there 2 weeks ago. And to find a space is very difficult. It's fully booked all the time, which is good news. And of course, the international airport, that was my initiative. We financed it and now about to complete. Grid Works, £1 billion worth of contract to supply energy and electricity to people in the villages. So a huge amount of work I've done. In fact, when I started my Trade Envoy role, the UK Export Finance was £60 million. I saw our Chancellor at the time, George Osborne. Now it's £2.5 billion. And that's changed the landscape completely. That's a game changer for more trade investment in Uganda.